Selena Gomez gave a warning about Blake Lively, Travis unfollowed Ryan because he is fed up with the whole drama.
Selena Gomez just dropped the mic on Blake Lively, publicly calling out her manipulative tactics and fake victim act. After Blake dragged Taylor Swift into her legal chaos, Selena had enough and cut ties.
And Selena Gomez was one of those people who allegedly warned Taylor about Blake.
The claws are out, and Blake's carefully staged facade is crumbling fast under real friendship fallout.
All the backlash she was feeling back then was organic. And it just weakens her case every time she steps out of the house pretending to be happy.
Let's just take a moment and thank Selena Gomez for what might be the most satisfying long game "I told you so" in celebrity history. Because while the rest of Hollywood was busy sipping Blake Lively's staged charm like it was some overpriced champagne, Selena was off in the corner, side-eyeing the whole situation like a pro.
So everything that is happening now comes as no surprise to Selena. Now that Lively is bringing Swift in a legal drama, Gomez feels she has been justified. That's really where I think this has come about.
Years ago, she warned Taylor Swift that Blake's obsession with being the perfect BFF wasn't friendship. It was branding. And now, that warning has aged better than Blake's courtroom strategy.
Also, Selena Gomez, what did she say? Well, look, Page Six reported it first, and it's as we all thought. The reason why is because of the It Ends With Us messy legal nightmare.
Selena saw it coming. The godmother stunt? Come on. Blake calling Taylor her family, asking her to be the godmother of her kids, making it all look like a warm, fuzzy sisterhood moment? Strategic.
Blake called Taylor her best friend and family, and then asked her to be the godmother of her children, all very smart, manipulative way to get very super famous person to become closer and closer to you. Swift and Lively became friends for over a decade. The Cruel Summer Singer is the godmother of Lively's daughters, James, Inez, Betty, 5, as well as their 2-year-old son, Olin.
It was the PR equivalent of dangling a diamond friendship bracelet in front of a billion-dollar pop star and saying, "Look, I love you. Also, promote my movie." Gomez wasn't fooled.
Loyal people around him that he could trust, not weird snakes like Blake Lively, who wrapped her claws in, which Selena called. We'll get there in a second.
She clocked the manipulation early. She saw how Blake used personal moments as stepping stones to climb the fame ladder, all while carefully manufacturing this image of being relatable, grounded, and completely unbothered. Except now, she is bothered, deeply. Because Taylor is keeping her distance, and Selena, she's sitting back in smug silence, watching the whole friendship pyramid topple like a bad Jenga game. Blake's entire relationship with Taylor is under a microscope. And it turns out, it's all as curated as one of her red carpet looks.
I do not believe the articles that try to say Taylor and Blake are fine. They are not fine.
And the It Ends With Us lawsuit just confirmed everything Selena suspected. Manipulation, control, image obsession. Blake's behind-the-scenes behavior has been exposed like the final reveal in a reality show no one signed up for.
However, Gomez wasn't sold on the close relationship. Selena always found this odd, but she let it be. So everything that is happening now comes as no surprise to Selena.
And look, if that wasn't enough, Blake decided to gift the world with a performance at the Time 100 Gala so theatrical, it should have come with popcorn and a trigger warning. She told a vague story about someone allegedly attacking her mother. And here's the problem. No names, no details, not even a gender mentioned. Just vibes.
Now, I suspect, here's my theory, before we get to what Selena said. I suspect if there was anything from a Taylor or somebody, it's, you better win this case. Otherwise, because I don't think Taylor's gonna want to be there. If she loses this case and this looks like Blake lied.
Now people are speculating that the attacker was a woman, which flips the whole narrative she tried to sell. Selena wasn't buying it, and honestly, neither is anyone else who's been paying attention. Blake stood up there crying about her mom while literally staging paparazzi photos the same week. That's not advocacy. That's emotional clickbait.
And Selena Gomez was one of those people who allegedly warned Taylor about Blake. And now she's feeling a little bit more like, told you so.
Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively have been out in public more in the last week than a Kardashian at a camera store. 6 public outings in 1 week. Not 1, not 2, 6. You'd think they were running for office or auditioning for a reboot of America's Next Top Couple.
Have you ever seen this much Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds in your life?
And let's not forget Blake's little fashion Olympics. She changed outfits 3 times in 1 single day, like she was speed running through a Vogue editorial challenge. Who does that unless you're desperately trying to flood the timeline and erase something you don't want us talking about?
All these just happy photos that just happen to get snapped at the right spot. They are in a massive publicity tour attempting to rebrand the image, and I just find it annoying.
But here's the kicker. All those parades through the city, those robotic grins, the hand-holding that screams, "Look, we swear we're still cute," it's all so painfully staged, it hurts. Daily Mail even caught one of those moments and didn't even bother adding context. Why would they? The photo speaks louder than any caption could. It's giving. We planned this 5 days ago with our publicist and a map. 0 chemistry, 0 spontaneity, just pure PR choreography.
I think it's already backfired, but I think it'll backfire more if they keep showing up to these events and doing all these things. It's like, guys, stay at home for a little bit. Just take a break. Just take a break. It doesn't mean you're losing. It just means we don't want to see you for a little while.
And the internet, it saw right through it. Go look at any of those posts. They're drowning in comments and not the flattering kind. Social media reactions were 90% negative. That's not a mild cold. That's a full-on flu outbreak of public disapproval. People called them fake, forced, and desperate. And honestly, that's being generous. If you weaponize happiness this aggressively, don't be surprised when the blowback hits harder than your publicist's Botox invoice.
But it's so obvious that it's just a show. It's a parade right now. And it's not working.
And Ryan, let's talk about this guy. This is not Deadpool Ryan. This is Sadpool. Because if Blake is the chaotic tornado at the center of this mess, Ryan is the soggy tissue stuck in its windstream. The man looks like he's being dragged to these events with a cattle prod. Silent, stiff, trailing behind her like a broken Roomba that keeps bumping into bad decisions. You'd think someone with that many tequila endorsements would at least pretend to be having fun. But no, he's out here looking like a malfunctioning cardboard cutout of himself. Praying the audience remembers the good old days when his career wasn't tied to lawsuits and staged red carpet appearances.
And this can't be anything but really bad for her. Who is advising Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively? They've been out and about non-stop this last week. I think yesterday she was wearing 3 different outfits. She was out again promoting Another Simple Favor at this pizza.
Now, let's dive into the lawsuit drama, because it gets messier. Blake originally tried to throw Justin Baldoni under the bus, accusing him of orchestrating some smear campaign against her during the It Ends With Us promo run. Fast forward to now, that backlash looks like a baby slap compared to the public dragging she's currently getting. This new round of criticism is 10 times worse, and Baldoni hasn't even lifted a finger. The man's probably sipping tea in peace while Blake Lively drowns herself in her own contradictions. Back during the It Ends With Us promo, Blake swore it was all just online toxicity. People were mean, she was a victim. Cut to 2025, and she's getting annihilated again without anyone saying a word against her. How do you spin that? Who are you going to blame now, Blake? The ghost of your last stylist? Even her own castmates seem to be over her. Henry Golding literally posted behind-the-scenes footage of the Another Simple Favor promo event and just casually left her out. And the internet noticed.
And the truth is their stock is still very valuable. It is. As I posted in this morning's video, you'll see audiences that saw the movie Another Simple Favor, they still don't really care. Now,
the comment section lit up with people asking, wait, wasn't Blake there? Yep, she was. But Henry said what we're all thinking, stay away from the radioactive energy. If your own co-star is editing you out like an ex from their vacation reel, you're not just problematic, you're PR poison.
He was recording Paul Feig and Anna Kendrick. And I saw in the comment section, people were like, wasn't Blake there? Well, she was, of course. She wouldn't miss anything in the world right now for not being included with this cast and being in the public eye.
And let's not ignore the biggest irony here. Blake keeps parading around in designer dresses, high heels, and 1,000-watt smiles while simultaneously playing the role of the wronged, damaged woman in court documents.
Message that was brought back to Blake and Ryan: you guys better clear your names. Otherwise, we can't be seen with you because now you're damaged goods. That's how Hollywood works.
You can't claim defamation 1 minute and then moonwalk into a pastel pizza event like you're hosting a brunch with Anna Wintour. It's delusional. It's theatrical. It's Blake Lively. This brings us to Travis Kelce. The man said, "No thanks," and unfollowed Ryan Reynolds. And trust me, it wasn't accidental. Page 6 confirmed it. Travis dropped Ryan like a Netflix show after season 1.
Travis unfollowed Ryan because he is fed up with the whole drama.
And why? Because the lawsuit drama is now radioactive. It's not just affecting Blake. It's putting people like Travis and Taylor Swift at legal risk just by association. Travis and Taylor were reportedly linked to events surrounding the counterclaims, and insiders are saying they're now laying low in Kansas City, probably the most peaceful place on earth if your name's being whispered in legal circles.
Travis is concerned that he could potentially be questioned too, since he was with Taylor as some of this was going down.
And the decision wasn't just some PR stunt. Travis's inner circle isn't filled with Hollywood yes men and stylists. It's NFL guys, Mahomes, childhood friends, people who know when something smells fishy. And guess what? They advised him to cut ties. The verdict from the Kansas City crew? Ryan and Blake are snakes. Period.
Travis is not fake, and he is not going to pretend to be bros with someone who would throw him or Taylor under the bus, the insider added.
Travis reportedly told people he's done pretending to be bros with fake Hollywood nobodies. And look, say what you want about football players, but at least they know when someone's trying to drag them into a mess that isn't theirs. The unfollow wasn't just digital, it was symbolic. Travis Kelce does not co-sign chaos, lawsuits, or fake power couples using their drama like it's a PR cocktail. He's not here to get subpoenaed for someone else's attention campaign.
Sources are coming forward to explain why Travis Kelce unfollowed Ryan Reynolds.
And Ryan Reynolds? Man, if you thought losing Taylor Swift's approval was bad, imagine being unfollowed by the human embodiment of good vibes himself. Travis Kelce is the golden retriever of the NFL, and even he couldn't deal with Ryan's walking cringe tour. This is a guy who made $1 billion off of sarcasm and charm, and now he's out here letting Blake Lively tank both of those in real time.
Swift was dragged into the increasingly toxic scuffle in January because of the countersuit with screenshots alleging the Dragons, Khaleesi. Kelce, and Taylor have been lying low after she got sucked in, the insider continued.
It's sad. It's embarrassing. And honestly, it's on him now. He could have sat this one out. He could have quietly supported Blake from the sidelines, stayed out of the legal mess, and kept the Deadpool wink intact. Instead, he's out here acting like a human PR prop, standing silently in the background while Blake fumbles her case one staged outfit at a time.
Look at this. Blake and Ryan put on a brave face as they step out amid another bombshell, which it was. Because now, as they're out there doing this, their boss, Hugh and Ryan's boss, Marvel, is being dragged into court. Yet another example of why Taylor, Travis, Selena, all of them are like, that girl's bad news.
Now, let's shift the spotlight to Ryan Reynolds, who thought he could outsmart the legal system by dragging Disney into his mess. Brian Friedman, Baldoni's lawyer, is coming in hot with subpoenas, and his sights are set on Marvel. He's accusing the studio of knowing that Ryan based the Nice Pool character on Justin Baldoni, and not in a flattering way. This wasn't inspiration. This was targeted mockery with a smiley face on it.
Friedman is doing a fantastic job in terrifying all these celebrities that they're going to get involved. And the reality is, they could actually all get involved if he wanted to.
Ryan literally admitted that he modeled the character after Baldoni. and brushed off the backlash by calling Justin thin-skinned. Wow, big man energy. Except now those words are boomeranging back with court-level force, and Marvel, the billion-dollar mouse-run empire, is sweating.
That makes Disney look like a bully and Marvel look like a bully, and they definitely don't want that.
Disney is currently begging for a delay in court, trying to postpone everything until Ryan's motion to dismiss is handled. They're praying he gets dropped from the lawsuit before they're forced to show emails, internal documents, or, God forbid, proof that they signed off on this pettiness.
There's a lot of people that I'm sure he's nervous around, hence why those appearances have seemed a little off. I think he's no dummy. He knows what's going on and he's attempting to push through and do what the experts and Blake are telling him to do. But and in some ways it probably will work. Sometimes you just got to keep going, keep moving forward.
Because if even one internal Marvel memo surfaces saying, yeah, we knew this character was a jab at Baldoni, it's not just Ryan who's cooked. Disney, Marvel, and the entire MCU brand take a direct hit. Imagine trying to market your next billion-dollar Avengers film while headlines are calling you the studio that enabled celebrity bullying. It's catastrophic. One petty jab from Ryan, and now the mouse is one subpoena away from being dragged through mud thicker than Blake's PR concealer.
That the smear campaign against her was organic, because the reactions she's getting from people online right now and from some media outlets that are being honest, it's pretty outrageous.
But the avalanche doesn't stop there. Let's talk about Gigi Hadid, Blake's former partner in Fluff. These two used to be glued together. Events, dinners, premieres, they were inseparable. Until Gigi turned 30. On April 23rd, she had a massive birthday bash filled with celebrities, glam Bradley Cooper, and Taylor Swift. But Blake was nowhere. Not invited, not even acknowledged.
She's getting so much criticism, and she can't blame it on Justin Baldoni. This is her own doing. And to me, if I were a lawyer, I would definitely use this against her.
And get this, Blake was active on Instagram that day. She posted birthday stories for her makeup artist and even her personal trainer, but nothing for Gigi. No post, no comment, not even a recycled emoji. That's not an accident. That's a middle finger with glitter on it. And the Daily Mail noticed. They picked up coverage from Flossom Talk, which basically spelled it out. Gigi chose Team Taylor and Travis. And in the process, she left Blake in the PR dust. While Gigi and her friends partied in New York, Blake was across the ocean awkwardly attending a Wrexham soccer match, alone, in Wales. With the same PR team that thought staged paparazzi shots and pastel pizza events were a good idea.
Every time they walk out together, they're holding hands. They're like, look at us, we're such a happy couple. And every time she's wearing a new outfit, and this particular paparazzi shot, it's so staged. These things are so staged.
It's not just a snub, it's a whole geographical exile. She flew to the UK to escape the reality that no one wants her at the table anymore. And the worst part? She still showed up to that match like everything was fine. Newsflash, when your former bestie ghosts your birthday and Taylor Swift is sitting next to your old crew, it's not fine. It's over.
That they walk out of the house. I don't know where she was going wearing this outfit. It doesn't say in the article that I found in Daily Mail, but it's so obvious that it's just a show. It's a parade right now.
This isn't just about lawsuits and subpoenas anymore. It's about reputation. And Blake Lively has burned every friendship bridge like she was lighting a Yankee candle. Selena warned them. Gigi bailed. Taylor distanced herself. Even Ryan looks like he's trying to remember how to smile without a script. The collapse is happening in real time, and the only ones still pretending it's not are the people too deep into the performance to pull out now.
Former Disney child star has always been wary of the Gossip Girl alum, especially because of the way she latched onto Taylor. She warned Taylor about Blake raising her concerns years ago. Blake called Taylor her best friend and family, and then asked her to be the godmother of her children, all very smart, manipulative way to get very super famous person to become closer and closer to you.
But hey, keep posting those happy couple pics, Blake. Keep staging those accidental paparazzi appearances. Because the rest of us, We're watching this implosion unfold like a season finale. And baby, ratings are sky high.
While Blake's playing at United Front and they're going out there to yet another appearance together, this time to Hugh Jackman's Broadway show to support his pal. All this United Front is one thing. They really are figuring out who their friends are, or who the people who think Blake and Ryan's stock isn't going to die, and so they're betting on them.
Blake Lively's idea of damage control apparently involves playing dress up like a deranged Barbie with a court date. 3 outfits in 24 hours. Let that sink in. While the rest of us were struggling to change out of pajamas, Blake was twirling from one carefully styled getup to the next, as if she was auditioning for Legally Blonde 3, Perjury and Pumps. And no, this wasn't for a Fashion Week event. This was supposed to be a film promo run, in the middle of a lawsuit. The legal circus turned into a straight-up Vogue runway show, and it's not even subtle anymore.
Ryan Friedman wants to subpoena them. Marvel, who's owned by Disney, do not want that, obviously. I think this could be so bad for them if he can prove in any documents that they had, that they're in their knowledge, that they knew that Ryan Reynolds was mocking Justin Baldoni, basing the Nice Pool character on him.
Now, let's get into the kind of plot twist that belongs in a dark comedy. According to crew members from It Ends With Us, Blake Lively wasn't the target of unwanted affection. She was the one being avoided. Why? Cold sores. Yep, not exactly the glamorous headline she was going for, but apparently Justin Baldoni kept his distance, not because he was obsessed, but because he didn't want to catch something. And suddenly, the "he couldn't stop kissing me" narrative crumbles faster than her courtroom makeup.
How can she claim that all the backlash she was experiencing during the It Ends With Us promotion was because of Justin Baldoni's smear campaign that he orchestrated against her, when it's 10 times worse when she's promoting Another Simple Favor?
The crew even chose not to include this in the countersuit. Think about that. They spared her. They actually tried to protect her dignity, which is more than she's done for them since this legal mess began. It's ironic, really. Blake plays victim in public while the people she dragged into this disaster are the ones exercising restraint. That's not class. That's control, and it's painfully obvious. Meanwhile, multiple insiders have said they're scared to speak out, not because of lawsuits, but because of the fear of being blacklisted. Not sued, blacklisted. That's how toxic the Reynolds-Lively PR machine has become. People in Hollywood aren't worried about justice. They're worried about never working again if they dare criticize the golden couple. This isn't just silence. It's intimidation masquerading as reputation management. The only person who's had the guts to speak publicly was a creative featured on 60 Minutes, who gently but clearly stated that the allegations against Baldoni had no grounding and that he was always respectful. That's it. One person on record. Everyone else, silenced into submission. And yet Blake and Ryan are still bouncing from premiere to premiere like they're not the radioactive center of a celebrity implosion. They're posing for photos while the rest of Hollywood collectively clutches their endies and prays not to get subpoenaed. And that leads us to the final wreckage. The grand finale of a PR disaster so catastrophic, it deserves its own Netflix docuseries. Blake and Ryan have officially burned more bridges than a demolition crew. Travis Kelce, Gigi Hadid, Taylor Swift, Selena Gomez, every big name that once smiled next to them on red carpets has dipped out like the building's on fire. And honestly, it kind of is.
Yet another example of why Taylor, Travis, Selena, all of them are like, that girl's bad news. This is why I think it was such a bad move to do what she did.
Travis unfollowed Ryan. Taylor stopped showing up. Gigi didn't even send a birthday emoji. Selena Gomez gave the sassiest silent confirmation of all time. One by one, the Hollywood elite is distancing themselves like Blake and Ryan have an incurable case of celebrity rot. And they do, because their narrative isn't just crumbling. It's on fire, sliding off a cliff, and taking every fake smile and courtroom deflection with it.
And Travis, at the same time, doesn't want to deal with this nonsense. Like, He's like, who are these fake Hollywood nobodies? I don't want to deal with them. And I got to say, I do appreciate that about him.
Blake's lawsuit narrative has completely collapsed under the weight of her own delusion. You can't parade around in designer gowns, act like you're starring in your own rom-com reboot, and still cry victim. It doesn't work that way. People have eyes, people have brains, and people can see that this isn't a woman recovering from harm. This is a woman staging a comeback tour while the ink on her legal claims is still drying. Marvel's panic, Disney's court dodging, Ryan's please still like me energy, it all proves this is no PR hiccup. This is a career reckoning. And Ryan, he's spiraling right behind her. The guy who once oozed charm and sarcasm is now reduced to nodding silently at events he doesn't want to be at, with a wife who's determined to fake smile her way through the apocalypse.
Ryan Reynolds was mocking Justin Baldoni, basing the nice pool character on him. That makes Disney look like a bully and Marvel look like a bully, and they definitely don't want that.
Selena Gomez's quiet "I told you so" is the only thing more savage than the entire internet right now. Because while Blake was busy curating a fake sisterhood with Taylor and redesigning the victim role to fit her couture, Selena was playing chess. She clocked the manipulation before it hit the mainstream. And now that everyone else has joined her, she doesn't even have to gloat. The silence is the gloat. And Blake? She really thought red carpets would save her. She thought she could outwalk the scandal, but here's the harsh reality. You can't accessorize your way out of a credibility crisis, no matter how expensive the handbag. And if you think this drama's over, trust me, it's just getting started. Subscribe for the next explosion.